Welcome to the Enlightrepreneurs podcast. I'm Justin Minott. I'm here with my business partner, Dave Gold. Dave, give a wave.
Hey everyone.
All right. Today is a really special interview. We are here with Kedar and Jayant from Impact Karma, a beautiful company that exists to connect conscious consumers and conscious companies who really care and are making a difference on the environmental level and ethical level. And we're just so excited about what they are in the process of creating. They have a big press release coming out. As this episode comes out, it'll be today on Earth Day, April 22nd. And so we're just so excited that they made time for us and excited to have them on. So Kedar, Jayant, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right. So Kedar, why don't you just go through your origin story and how you even got to the place that you're at today? Because this thing's cooking fast.
Yeah. I mean, if we're starting from the beginning, my origin story is my business partner. But
Yep.
By training, I'm a scientist. Have a PhD in biology. By practice, a bit of a data scientist. Been in the early stage startup scene for a while, actually mostly on the healthcare side, but really passionate about how you can use data to make a difference and ultimately make the world a better place. So, as I was telling you guys earlier, about maybe 6 months ago here during the Global Climate Week last year, really just had this moment where, I've been talking to my wife, my friends, my colleagues, and we all, as millennials, think of ourselves as conscious consumers.
Sure, yeah.
But just there's no way to measure, like, are you actually doing a good job other than like, yay, I recycled this, or I didn't put this in the trash. Like, am I buying good products from good companies that are making the world a better place? Because ultimately companies have way larger impact than individuals.
Sure. Well, and you're voting with the power of your dollar every single time in terms of what type of world you want to create. Like, that's a vote every time you spend a dollar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, just started brainstorming around what can we do to connect people like myself, like my wife, like my friends that want to support good companies with companies that are out there that are doing great things, but maybe don't have the profile of these massive consumer giants that we know of.
Yeah.
So at that time, I was working a full-time job investing in startups, and just mentioned that you did. My dad, he's a bit of an entrepreneur by background, so I'll let him tell it from there.
Yeah, thank you. So Kedar called me sometime in October last year and said, hey, I have this idea. I want to do something about it. At the time, I had been retired for 15 months or so. Been part
You didn't stay retired that long, huh?
Yeah, I've been part of several startups. I personally invested in several startup companies. And when Kedar called, it seemed like a great idea. I'm passionate about the whole space of climate change and social and justice. And I said, happy to help. And one thing that just pure coincidence happened was I know CEO of Just Capital, which is a company that ranks the top 1,000 US publicly traded companies. They've been around for a while, very well established, well published, ranking, peer reviewed. And so we thought that we just wanted to make sure that we have credible information to do anything we want to do. And so we were able to get an exclusive license from Just Capital to use that data.
Amazing.
And then our first step was creating a web plugin. So we worked on that towards the end of the year, early January, and released the first version of the web plugin end of January. That gives you an idea as you're shopping. Instantly, it gives you an idea about the environmental social responsibility of the companies using Just Capital data.
Yeah.
And at that time, we started brainstorming on next steps.
And when was this? When did that plugin launch?
That plugin launched end of January.
Right, of this year. So you,
end of January,
from idea
2020.
to getting this out to the market, you're already, and now you're innovating from there. So where is this all heading? Where is this all heading now?
Yeah, so we started by trying to do the most simple thing. People already shop, more than 50% of e-commerce on Amazon. So why not just give them an easy way to check if a company's good before they buy a product? But ultimately, there's so many companies out there that are much smaller than Amazon, but doing amazing things. So what we're working on now is our own site, which is going to have two parts. One is a homepage that really has a bunch of impact profiles of companies.
Yeah.
So, one of the things that I'm very wary of personally is trusting that what companies advertise to me about what they're doing from any sort of social, environmental perspective. And so what we want to do is have a place you can go to see impact profiles of companies and really an unbiased view of what are they doing to help people and to help the planet. And then it's not just that you can look at what the companies are doing, but if you buy from them, we're actually going to reward you based on the impact you've created with that purchase.
That's great.
So walk me through as a consumer what it is that I'm going to do when I want to buy a dishwasher. Okay. And I know that I got to put the old one in the landfill. So I want to minimize my impact and be a good person. Tell me, and I heard about you guys and I know you're doing great things. To walk me through what I do and how you guys help me do it.
So there's actually two ways. So the first way is you want to buy a dishwasher. You've heard of Impact Karma. Maybe you've been to our site before. And so you go to Impact Karma and you can actually just search dishwasher. And we will show you the companies that we have partnered with that sell dishwashers. You can go through and see what they're doing and make your own decision about which one do you want to support. If you then choose to buy from that company, you'll earn what are called karma credits, which are essentially a form of rewards that are directly tied to the impact. So that's the first way. The other way is that, we don't expect that every consumer is going to have heard about us. So we want a way for consumers to earn rewards, even if they haven't been to our website before. So let's say you just find a company on your own research that you think is doing a good job, and that company happens to be partnered with us, and you make the purchase independently, then you will receive an email saying, congrats, good job. Thanks for buying from a company that's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Earn your impact credits with Impact Karma. And that way, then you can find out about us that way as well.
And what do I do with those credits?
Yeah. So you can do a variety of things with those credits. To be honest, we haven't explored all the details yet. You can redeem them for free products that are organic and sustainable. You can get discounts with companies that are part of the Impact Karma network. You can also, just share that with your friends. If you refer a friend, you can each earn credits for that.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So now where do you want this to go? What does this look like in the future? What type of world do you want to create? And how does this company fit into that?
So I think our overall vision is to create an impact ecosystem. So these are steps that we are taking.
Ecosystem, yes, love it.
That's a winner.
That's a winner.
So we are taking these steps to get to a place where impact becomes part of your daily life, making an impact, and then using that and quantifying that is a really interesting and important part of making an impact. I think Kedar said at the beginning that you do certain things that you think are impactful, but you just don't know how to quantify the impact.
Yeah.
So we want to create an impact ecosystem or impact economy where you are incentivized to make an impact, and then you can quantify and understand what impact are you making. So that's where we want to get to eventually, is create that impact ecosystem or impact economy.
That's great.
So where do you stand? Tell us what the rollout looks like, where you are now and you are here and where you're going, because you're going quickly. We can barely hang on.
Yeah, Kedar?
Yeah, sure. So right now we have the plugin out. So if you go to our website, what you'll see is, as a homepage today is use this plugin to see if a company is good when you shop online. So that's kind of phase one. Phase two, which you mentioned here at the beginning, is with Earth Day and with the release of this podcast, we're going to be launching a new site, which is focused on the impact profiles of companies that are doing good. And then phase three, which will be coming in May, is a way to actually buy from these companies and earn karma credits when you make the purchase.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dave.
No, I was going to say, so I want to know what people can, what if I'm a consumer and I want to support, I think this is great. And what can I do to support you right now?
So there's a couple of things you can do, at least a couple of things you can do. First of all, you can use the plugin while you're shopping online and try and understand what what the social and environmental responsibility of companies you're supporting, so that you're making an informed decision. So that's one thing you can do. The second is you can go to our network of companies and just look at them, try and understand what they're doing. We're going to showcase their stories. We're going to show you specifically what impact are they making. And hopefully that will encourage you to change some of your buying habits and buy from those companies. And in return, you as a consumer, you will get some rewards in karma credits that you can then use to do other good things, not just get discounts or special offers, but eventually you should be able to use those credits for nonprofit organizations, donate those credits. So as a consumer, you could do a couple of these steps of going to use the plugin, go to our website, look at our information of the net companies that are in our network, and try and purchasing from those companies.
And likewise, because our audience is a lot of enlightened entrepreneurs. If we're a company and we want to be part of your network, what do we do?
So that's the easier one. So we're gonna with the launch of this site, we'll have a really simple call to action on the site to say, if you're a company, click here if you're interested. Our onboarding process is very straightforward. So for a company, there are really a few things that we want to make sure that you're doing in order to classify you as an impactful company. And then we're going to share those with the consumer. So as of tomorrow, go to our website, click the button to say you're interested, fill out the form, and we'll go from there to onboard you as a partner.
This is beautiful. I have to applaud you on at least two major points. Maybe a third, because Dave Gold likes threes, and so I'm trying to.
I'll keep up with
You'll hit the third. So my first congratulations is, I believe that the direction of the world and the direction of business is heading towards a place, a planet where it's no longer profitable even to do business the wrong way. I think the way people are waking up and the way consumers are starting to adjust their spending and what they think they need and being more conscious, I do believe that there's this consciousness and this awakening happening about the power of our dollars and the power of moving that forward. So that's one. I think you're on the front edge of this beautiful wave. Oh, Kedar is heading out. Oh, moving. Okay. So he just messaged us. Somebody just started mowing their lawn. So this is great. Hey, you're good, man. I've had my daughter in here. It works. It really works.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to enjoy the outdoors, but
yeah.
That is.
Yeah, you're out in Houston. They don't know that you're on a podcast right now. So, so I do have to applaud you on that. I feel like you're on an early part of that wave where you're making it easier and easier for people to spend the ways that they're wanting to spend. And then the second one for you, Jayant, as a dad, you are now an example of exactly who I want to be for my kids. When my kids come to me with a great idea of how they want to change the world, I want to be able to jump behind that and jump in and use my business and my capital and my resources and my networks so that they can stand on my shoulders and go even further than I have ever gone. So thank you for being that shining example, Jayant, for this father-son partnership. I love it. So good job. Dave, what's the third one?
Well, you stole my thunder with your second one, which is just like you.
You got to come up with another one now.
I'm quick on my feet, no problem. No, I think there's some. It's an observation and a question, because Justin and I, we tell stories about family. What it's like having family members working in your company, and it can be a little, get a little dicey, especially when you get in-laws and outlaws and all kinds of other laws involved in the picture. But one, it's so beautiful to see. It's just beautiful to see these guys and to have a lineage of care. So John, I think that's part of what you can be proud of right now, that you've passed this lineage of care and social consciousness and doing the right thing to your son. So mazel tov to you on that, to both of you on that, and for you picking up the torch there as well. I think it's really beautiful.
Yeah, thank you, Justin, and thank you, Dave. No, it's been a great honor and pleasure to work with Kedar over the past few months, and hopefully we'll work together for a long time to make his dream a reality.
And the other piece, just practically do it, because Justin and I are, we're interviewing in a time of the virus right now, is we just say it's happened in my own family that I brought my stepdaughter into my business, and so right now while we're all with our families, I think this is an opportunity for us to really see. I think it's probably happening organically with a lot of our business owners and a lot of our families to start thinking, oh my gosh, this even when I go back to work, we've got something going here that can actually happen in the family. So I just want to raise that to consciousness to people. It might be percolating underneath, and also thank you too for being a model for that as well.
Mm. So how do we connect with your work? What's the URL?
So the URL is impactkarma.com.
Well, that is very simple. Impactkarma.com. Thank you so much for being exactly who you are, and thanks for making time to hop on the Enlightrepreneurs podcast.
Thank you,
Thanks for having
Justin.
me.
Thank you, Dave.